Sports Spot today. We're going to do a couple of drafts today. Excuse me. I know there's a lot of people going to be drafting this weekend. And if you're drafting on the Yahoo platform, you're going to see a lot of like how they have it ranked. I'm going to take you through my thought processes on why I'm drafting, who I'm drafting here. And, I hate that we're not getting to represent more of the different spots on the field. I feel like I've had 10 a couple of times recently, but I'm not scared. It's fine. Hopefully one of the top 9 comes down to me here, but if it doesn't, I've got a plan to roll with, and we'll see how my draft ends up happening here. And at the very worst, you're going to see some stuff about why I'm doing exactly what I'm doing here. Let's get it queued up. I mean, obviously, I'm taking Jonathan Taylor first, Christian McCaffrey second, Eckler third, probably Cooper Kupp, Henry, Jefferson. I kind of have it how the Yahoo board has it. Oh, wait, that's not the Yahoo board. That's my rank that I have it on there. So I guess that's why it was going down. I forgot. They have it a little differently on the Yahoo board. Hopefully I get a chance to take Najee, Jamar Chase, something along those lines in my little 2 spot here. Also, don't be surprised if you see one of the 3 dogs hanging out with me here join the stream as well. I suspect Noah will peek his head in at some point, his big old massive pit bull head. All right, so had Christian McCaffrey go first, Jonathan Taylor go second. It's not uncommon. I've seen that a couple of times, but more often than not, it's the other way around. Yahoo is a half PPR situation, so it doesn't quite. I think maybe in a PPR setting, I'm going to take Christian McCaffrey first. But I think for this one, I like that Jonathan Taylor doesn't have those same type of injury woes that Christian McCaffrey has. There goes Justin Jefferson. It's been a couple of weeks now that Justin Jefferson goes before Cooper Kupp goes, which has been an interesting development. I think that's Matthew Stafford related. So that's why I think there's a little bit of fear on Cooper Kupp, but I've also had Cooper Kupp, fall to me at 7 or 8 too. So it's not uncommon. There goes Jamar Chase. That's pushing the running backs down to me a little bit. Derrick Henry seems to last the most out of this little tier right here. Of course, then as soon as I say that, he goes right there, but whatever. That's just how it's been happening. Hoping that Dalvin or Najee make it through the next 2 picks would not surprise me even in the slightest good, Devontae Adams. That means that we're probably going to get one of those 2, hopefully 2 of those 2. I'd take them in a heartbeat. I think I would take Stephon Diggs next. But, I'm going to take not Dalvin, Najee. I don't know. I may be interested even if in Mixon, if they take one of Najee or Dalvin too. I got to think about that for a second. Yeah, there goes Najee right there. Getting Dalvin at pick 10 really feels good right there. I know that there's going to be a change in philosophy a bit, but Dalvin's still going to be a featured guy in my estimation for them. So really, I'm just kind of taking my time right now. I'm kind of thinking between what it's going to look like with Diggs versus what it's going to look like with Mixon. We're going to definitely take Dalvin and then take our time here. Yeah, it's between Mixon and Diggs for sure. Hey. Shh. I think I'm going to take Diggs right here. We're going to go with the Cook Diggs situation. Big part of that is that Josh Allen makes it back to me a lot of the time and represents some value in the 3rd or 4th round. So we'll see. Mixon is a fine draft pick, and if I would get like Najee and Mixon as the 9th pick right here, I'd be definitely fine with that. No problem at all. I could also see him going CeeDee Lamb. I think I like Mixon more than Aaron Jones and DeAndre Swift right here too. I mean, but I like that kind of range of running back too. It's interesting to see Saquon Barkley this high. He had been a much further down. Like he was more in this range for a long time in like the 28 range on Yahoo. And he's been getting picked more and more up in this upper range. There's a lot of talk about his workload's going to be huge and they're going to use him a lot. I kind of give that offense the side eye a little bit though. So I haven't found myself taking him as much. Let's see here. See, there he goes. Saquon Barkley right after Aaron Jones, before Leonard Fournette now, before Nick Chubb, before Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara has been all over the board too. So I could see, I mean, you see him go all the time in this range. I saw him go 5. He was in the first round. That was an aberration. And there's going to be some of those, but this is a paid league. Like, this isn't just like a mock draft. So the fact, I've seen Josh Allen go first in one of these things, but it's still, those are the outlier situations in best ball. Cause like I said, this is for money. I mean, it's not, I don't think anybody just wants to dump money down this thing. Right. So, oh yeah, I can make this. Oh, forgot to put myself to the side here so you can see what's going on. So far, let's take a look at the picks since I've had my fat head in the way for some time. We have Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Justin Jefferson, Cooper Kupp, Eckler, Jamar, Derrick Henry, Devontae, Najee. That's where we took Dalvin right here. We took Diggs. Then there was a little running back situation here. Joe Mixon, DeAndre Swift, Aaron Jones, Saquon Barkley, CeeDee Lamb. Finally had some Kamara. Man, there's been a bunch. We're kind of getting towards the end of the second round talents that I like. Let's see who's left. Mike Evans, I'd love for him to make it there. Mark Andrews, Michael Pittman. The good thing about getting Diggs right there is we're not locked into any one position necessarily. Let's see here. A.J. Brown. There's Josh Allen. So we're going to have 2 ideas here. I'm not super into this tier of running back right here. I like James Conner, but I feel like we're going to have better choices, hopefully. Let's see how it goes. We need some people to get picked up from that. Okay, there goes James right there. Mark Andrews. I wouldn't mind Zeke right here either necessarily. So, okay, there goes Josh. I'm kind of okay that they took that out of my hands because I'll play it for the stack. And Josh is super easy to stack with other skill position players in his range. We're definitely taking Michael Pittman. That's not in doubt. The only question is, what else are we doing here? I think I'm going to take Michael Pittman and DJ Moore. Let's see here. Definitely Michael Pittman. I'm definitely in love with that. Even though, let's see. Who else are we going to go? We could go Kyle Pitts here too, but it's really more of a decision between DJ Moore and A.J. Brown right here. You know what? I have a bunch of DJ Moore. We're going to pick A.J. Brown and have that. That's a really high-end top 3 wide receivers. And even though I've already missed out on one of the stacks, stacking Jalen Hurts or getting Matt Ryan right after that would be good. It's not as important in your home leagues, but for the best ball, it is really important to get stacks for your team. So that is something we want to look at. There goes ETN and Mike Williams. I like all of the picks right after me. Those are all solid picks. I'd probably take Ezekiel Elliott before I'd take ETN, but I've really liked how ETN has looked up until this point. Yahoo has Breece Hall all the way up here. I took Breece Hall a couple of times in my first couple of drafts, but that's when I was getting him in like the 8th round. This is not a good range for what I'm thinking here. I would definitely be taking off Kyle Pitts off my hands if I was one of these guys right here. And you know what? Even though I only have one running back in best ball, I don't really feel the pressure to really reach on a lot of that. I don't feel the pressure to reach on A.J. Dillon like this guy did at 36. I know that Eli Mitchell is hurt, and there's been that news about Breece Hall, but I think if I'm thinking running back, I'm probably thinking about Cam Akers, David Montgomery, Eli Mitchell before I'm thinking about who he took right there, but whatever. There goes Herbert. That's fine. It's too early for quarterbacks. There's too much value. I might take Lamar. That would be interesting. But outside of that, and I did get A.J. Brown, so maybe I reach a little bit and take Jalen Hurts in this next little deal so that I get the stack for sure. But there's a lot of wide receiver. I'm definitely taking Terry McLaurin if he makes it back. That's 100% happening. Maybe I think about the running backs right there, but I'm also way thinking about Jalen Waddle. That's on the board. I'm thinking about Darren Waller. I know it's kind of a hero running. Oh, I'm definitely thinking Darren Waller and Jalen Waddle before I'm thinking about any of those clowns. Hold on. Let's go ahead and get that moved up. Let's not even risk it. We ain't risking it. There goes Lamar. Good. Come on. Keep the wide receiver value just pouring on down to Tay. That's what we want to see. There's definitely a drop-off in the tier of running back. Mitchell on schedule to play. That's good. But I still have concern about drafting 49ers running backs when they'll just turn on a dime on you. There goes Gabriel Davis. That's a little early. I wouldn't have wanted him right here when I think there's better wide receivers still on the board, even down to the Brandon Cooks, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm still taking them first. Juju. Man, there's a lot of time between Jalen. I'm probably going to risk Jalen with what's on the board right now at wide receiver. My only question is, am I about to have 5 wide receivers? Damn, Chase Edmonds is one of my targets. There goes Terry. So that takes Terry off the board. Man, I'm really love to take Waller and Waddle right here. That would be good. Plus, it's really easy to get Tua later on as my second quarterback because you're going to, in best ball, need to have at least 2 quarterbacks, probably 3, unless you get one of the top guys. There goes Waller. Damn it. So close. All right, come on, Waddle. Waddle and Hurts right here. Maybe I'm going to take J.K. Dobbins. Oh, there goes Waddle. Damn it. All right. Now we really got to think. What are we going to do? Gross. Okay. I think I'm going to reach to get the stack. Oh, 5th and 6th round. That's kind of early for my quarterback situation. But I do want Jalen Hurts. So we're going to do that. Question is, what else are we going to do here? We're going to go for one of these running backs. We only have one to this point. I think I'm going to have to. I've already got 3. Man, am I missing out on value, though? Hold on. Let's think. Come on. We're going to miss out on a tier of wide receivers that I love when we do this, but I'm going to take J.K. Dobbins right here. I'm okay with it. I mean, it's not exactly what I like to do right there, and I super love a bunch of wide receivers, but with the way things broke down, and I'm super happy getting the A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts stack, and Devontae is something that I can look to as well and have a super Eagle stack. I feel good about Jalen Hurts at this point, and he's going to run a ton, and I think they're going to feature A.J. Brown, so this is the type of Eagle stack that I'm looking to have. And a lot of times, especially when you're the end of a round and you're trying to have a stack, you kind of have to reach a little bit to get those guys. You know, it's interesting. I'm taking J.K. Dobbins, who has a little bit of some injury concern, over David Montgomery, but I'm just really concerned about the Bears overall, and that would have been a mash pick for me at one point that I would have automatically taken him, but still, I don't know. And I've been crushing Brandon Cooks too, so I let some stuff go there that I wasn't. I don't normally let go, so we'll see if it keeps going. There's plenty of good players left here, a lot of picks between where I'm going to pick right here, but we'll see. We'll see what happens and who makes it. The drafts have been interesting since it kind of shifted where everybody started to do other drafts, and that kind of wet their whistle, and it's kind of changed the way that a lot of people are drafting. So it's been fun, but it's definitely changed. My teams look a lot different now than what they looked like in the beginning. I'm definitely taking Jerry Jeudy's pretty high on my list right here. I think these 3, if any of them made it, would be automatic picks for me. So we'll see. That happens. They're pretty high. There goes Judy. Also, Hollywood Brown would have been a part of it. I've already taken a quarterback, so it's good that Kyler went ahead and went. I don't know that I'm thinking about Miles Sanders is a part of my stack there, but I mean, I've heard worse things. There goes Kittle. Let's see. Wide receiver has really been pillaged. It makes me feel a lot better about going double wide receiver and getting Stephon Diggs where I got him. It's interesting that some of these guys are left when they're taking a bunch of guys. They're already taking Damian Pierce, but Montgomery's left. Both no Bears truthers in this little draft here. Thielen, that's a good pick. I think if I was going to pick right now, I'd be taking Darnell Mooney and then going from there. Let's see. Mondre, Christian Kirk. Yeah, I'm going to have to take a wide receiver for sure. I hope I like Darnell Mooney a lot. Good. All right. Let's see. Double Bears feels really weird. I'm going to take advantage of the indecision on Eli Mitchell too and make him my third running back. I'm definitely okay with that. And then I'm going to take Mooney. I know it means I'm missing out on David Montgomery again. Feels a little weird, but the values are there for sure. And I needed to go ahead and get on the receiver train. I would love for Tony Pollard to make it back to me. I feel like he's in for a bigger role. By the way, this Antonio Gibson falling like he is, that's not uncommon. It's a little uncommon for Eli Mitchell and David Montgomery to make it this far. That part is kind of unconventional for sure. But the rest of it is kind of been happening a bit. So don't be startled when Damian Harris and Antonio Gibson kind of fall to this level. I think it's something to take advantage of, honestly. Not the Antonio Gibson. I'm staying far away from him. But the rest of it, I'm taking advantage of that for sure. Right. We're getting in the Devontae Smith zone, too. He's down here. I wouldn't mind getting out of here with another quarterback, too. I mean, I know it's a little counterintuitive on this, but I'm doing 2 quarterback builds. So as long as they don't have the same bye weeks, if you have Tom Brady and Jalen Hurts, I feel like you're going to have yourself covered pretty much all season. I've got Dalvin Cook. I'd love to have Kirk Cousins has a week 7 bye week. So does Matthew Stafford, I believe. So it does limit us a little bit. See, look, Kirk, Matthew, and then Dak and Russell have the same bye week. So you have to watch out for that too. This is one of the rare drafts where Stevenson goes after Damian Harris, as it turns out. It's usually the other way around. See, there's a bunch of good running backs right here to seal up having one of these guys as my 4th running back is going to feel good. I was hoping it would be Pollard, but that's okay. People have been letting Tom fall a little bit further too. That's good. That's good with me. You can get Gage later. You can get Rashad White later. You can get Cameron Brate later to get stacks with the best ball. So that's fine with me too. Devin Singletary. Oh, there goes Renfro. Renfro was kind of on the radar. Who's left at wide receiver? Yeah, Devontae's next. And then Christian Kirk. I'm probably going to take one of them. What's left at tight end? I've kind of pushed tight end to its outer limits at this point too. They've kind of really savagely ripped into tight ends. Ooh, with Christian Kirk gone, I'm definitely going to have to take Devontae right here. Is it Devontae and Tom Brady? That's kind of where I'm leaning right now, even though I've got those running backs up there. I'm going to take those off. Having Devontae as my 5th wide receiver would feel good. Matthew has the same bye week it's got to be Tom, and I guess Dak would also fit the profile. Oh, Devontae. Oh, that hurts. Man, wide receiver is really picked over already. That's all right. I don't feel like I'm going to miss anything if I dip in here. So what are we going to dip into? We're going to take Tom Brady likely. What else are we doing? Let's see. It's a pretty good stack of running backs right here, which I don't know that I want to rip into it quite yet the way the wide receiver has been ripped into. Oh, so auto picks me Tom Brady. Thanks for that. Took a little too long thinking about things, so thanks for that. God, there's so many running backs right here that are in the mix. You know what? Feels a little weird, but supposedly Kareem Hunt is thinking about getting traded to the Eagles too, so he might have big value there. Having him as my fourth running back in a situation that I don't feel super great about my running backs is good. That may cost us at wide receiver though. So overall, that may end up costing us. But well, there's still a good amount of names there, and I'm also gonna draft 7 wide receivers. The only problem is I'm gonna have to draft them all in this next little bit here. I have a bad feeling though that the quarterbacks were gonna be gone. I was gonna be kind of stuck with the lower level of quarterback, and then the running backs wouldn't be there as well. There goes the 2 quarterbacks that are taken right after me, a third one. So I definitely kind of kicked off the secondary quarterback boom right there. And now I don't have to take a second one. I can put that more effort into my tight end. I'm going to need to rip into tight end, and I'm going to hope that Pat Freiermuth makes it back. That would be big. We've got something built in here, though, that we're going to probably take Cameron Brate as our last tight end. So we've got a little extra time to get some of these secondary guys here. So we'll hope they make it back. We'll hope that a receiver that we like makes it back. Russell Gage would probably be our ultimate at this point, just because we want to have some players with Tom Brady, even though he's been out a bit. Robert Woods would definitely be a part of that. And then we're breaking into Claypool likely after that. It's probably going to be a lot to ask for all of those guys to make it back. We're getting eaten into the running back portion of it too now. There goes Robert Woods. Man, we really need Freiermuth to make it back. That would make me feel a little bit more secure when we haven't had a tight end at this point. But there was too much value in having Kareem Hunt as my fourth running back. If he gets traded to the Eagles, that's going to be incredible. But even if he doesn't, he's going to have value at, as much as the Browns run the ball. I'm still thinking about a fifth running. I take 5 running backs, so it's tempting, but I'm hoping that these running backs start ticking themselves off the board a bit. I need wide receivers to continue to kind of make it to me more than what's happening here. There's still a bunch of good running backs on the board as far as a fifth running back goes. So we're definitely going to I love Cordarrelle Patterson, but if Claypool and Gage make it to me right here, that's 100% what I'm doing. Unless did Freiermuth already go to? Damn it, did that happen? No. Okay, so no, Freiermuth is going to outplace Claypool, even though I love Claypool too, and I would probably love to do that more than I would Freiermuth. But not having a tight end to this point definitely gives me some stress. And I think Freiermuth is the type of guy that would undo a little of that. I also love to get Michael Carter. Man, I love his prospects not that I love the Jets and their prospects, but I like what he could do with them. Jahan Dotson, thank you for that. We're going to auto pick Russell Gage and Freiermuth right there and feel really good about it. That's a Tom Brady stack for us right there. I love having pieces of the Pittsburgh offense, even though I don't know exactly how it's go down. I'm kind of pissed that Rachaad White got picked right there. It's really early for him, and that's somebody I like to get with Tom Brady. So that I'm kind of hacked about that, but oh well. I hope that Hunter Henry makes it back. That would be really nice. Antonio Gibson lasting this long is probably a lot. Same thing with Devin Singletary. So if either one of them make it, I'll probably take them as a fifth running back just to finish out that position, because it does get if you're taking running back as your last position, it gets pretty terrible in a hurry. Now, the other thing is we still need to take 2 more wide receivers and 2 more tight ends. So we really need those positions to play out our way. Like I said, I want Hunter Henry to be the guy that makes it back to me here. There goes Gibson finally, 117th overall for Gibson. So that's value right there, especially when I took Kareem Hunt as late as I did, I'd probably feel, I mean, I wouldn't feel as good, but I'd probably feel okay having him be the guy that made it back to me right there. I need to take a wide receiver. So let's see who's left at wide receiver here. Tyler Boyd. Ooh, it's getting pretty dire. So if Tyler Boyd makes it to me, I'm gonna take him for sure. If he doesn't, I'm probably gonna look at Michael Carter at this point. Hunter Henry is definitely gonna happen if he makes it. So a lot of time though. Got a lot of time. And wide receiver has been crushed at this point. Like to already be looking down at the options I'm looking down is not great. One good thing, though, is that Julio Jones is also there as far as having to add him to Tom Brady. That might not be the worst thing in the world as my 6th wide receiver. Not exactly stoked about having that much sunk into it, but I'm okay with it. There goes Michael Carter, so that takes that out of the mix. I guess I got to think about would I rather have Tyler Boyd or Julio Jones at this point. I don't know. Julio has a more direct line, Tyler Boyd has a more direct line to stuff, so I think I'd probably go that way. I'm also into Rondale at this time. Jalen Tolbert, Garrett Wilson. Man, it gets pretty slim after this, so I got to take one of these wide receivers. Got to hope one of them makes it, and I'm really hopeful that Hunter Henry makes it too. He's not stacked with anything, but that would be I would feel way better about my tight end situation if it was those two versus someone else not making it, because the tight end feels like he's the last representative. I guess Okwebanam, even though they've been kind of messing around with him, that's not great. So probably one of those 3 at this point. Still 3 picks before I'm about to draft. So still, I'm not feeling great. I don't know. I like the team, but the way wide receiver got cleaned out so thoroughly, so fast, definitely makes me feel a little weird. It's because I went, quarterback so early too. And Tom Brady, Jalen Hurts, that's an elite pairing, especially when I have been able to get some stacking to their situation here. Would have loved to have got Gainwell too, now that I'm thinking about it. But, man, I had to take what I took right there with Freiermuth and Gage. Come on, Hunter Henry. Hunter Henry's the main one. That's the one we need to stick around. No, come on. Oh, why are you torturing me, sir? Oh, phew. He went the other way. You know what? I'm skipping the Julio Jones stack right there. That may come up to bite me, but you know what? If he comes back around, great. 7th wide receiver. I just needed something really steady there at wide receiver with everything going on. So I'm okay with Boyd. That probably goes against protocol there to not stack Julio too, but I don't know. I felt like I needed something really steady there. I'm going to go ahead and stick with it. Trevor, Tua, maybe I'd think about them. As down as I am on the Bears and their line, I like Khalil Herbert at this point. He's kind of the last bastion of running back value. I guess Jamal Williams is all right, but there's not a lot going on. Isaiah Pacheco, somebody said that they took him in like the 7th round, so maybe I'll take him if he makes it. I'm in on that. But outside of that, there's not a lot going on. I think if I had to pick right now, it'd be him and Julio. We got that, and we need a tight end as well. What's left at tight end? Great. Ooh, I'd probably take Higbee, Njoku, Hooper first, even though I'd probably still stack Brait. I'm probably going to save Brait for the last pick, and I'm going to take a running back and a wide receiver right here. God, I'd love for it to be Julio. That'd be incredible. But I'm not that locked into it either. Justin Fields, Matt Ryan. I do have Pittman. There's something to having the 3rd quarterback here, but I think I got enough where I'm not going to do that. I think I'm going to dip into something else here. I'm hoping that they kind of kip some of this down the line and take some quarterbacks here to push down Julio and Pacheco here. That's the goal. I'm also interested in Tolbert just from a volume standpoint as a 7th guy if those guys don't make it. Herbert's probably the goal as far as running back goes after Pacheco here. I guess I could take Davis and make sure that I kind of have the Ravens situation fluffed out. I It feels weird to say when they're also going to have Gus Edwards, though. So I want to avoid that if I can. Oh, thought I had some auto drafters here in front of me. That would have taken some stuff I don't want off the board, but that's fine. Oh, I didn't realize Khalil's the top guy on their board right now. Also, Isaiah has kipped himself up to this top level. DJ Chark, do. There goes Mostert. Come on. You can do it, Isaiah. Make it. Somebody took you in the 7th round of a pro draft. Let's do it. Let's do it. In the 15th round, 15th, 16th. I'll take him in the 16th because I'll take Julio first. I'm going to be pumped if this is what happens. Julio, Isaiah. Yes! That's a dream scenario when I could have taken – I know Tyler Boyd would have gone right there, but Julio makes it. Isaiah Pacheco makes it. What is up? What's up? Now we're going to take Cameron Brate if we need to. Hooper is also on the board. I like Hooper a lot, so we'll see what happens there. Brate, I've seen that happen where somebody kind of takes the last thing on Brate, but I don't know. They've got Kyle Rudolph in the mix there too. There goes Khalil. There goes Jalen Tolbert. Not thinking about Zamir White anymore. Not thinking about Garrett. I've got a lot of Garrett Wilson, which I'm kind of worried about going forward. Noah Fant goes late on this. You can pretty much have him for free a lot of the time. This is going to look a little different than your home leagues probably, but still, this is kind of how it goes with the tight ends. You can wait until the very, very super duper end and probably get Freiermuth or something like that. So I'm feeling the team. We're going to pick last here, so that should be interesting. But let's take a look at the teams that have been drafted so far, see who we like, who we don't like. Let's take a look at mine first. Jalen Hurts, Stephon Diggs, Pittman, A.J. Brown. That gives us the stack there. Didn't get a whole lot of other Eagles stack, even though I reached for Jalen Hurts a little bit. Ended up getting the Julio Russell Gage stack instead with Tom. That's all good stuff, though. Mike Dalvin Cook, J.K. Dobbins, Eli Mitchell, Kareem Hunt, and Isaiah Pacheco. That is a solid running back core that I'm excited about on that one. Julio, Tyler Boyd, Russell Gage. Not a great end to my wide receivers there, but I like Darnell Mooney. I like especially the way the wide receiver went, that I went Stephon Diggs, Michael Pittman, and A.J. Brown right off the bat. That ended up working out great because wide receiver really got run. I also like that I got Darnell Mooney. He's going to have a lot of targets. They're going to be behind a lot, and they're going to have to throw. So I think that's going to be good going forward. I'm excited about where I got Eli Mitchell, too. Running back got really tamped down, and it's a lot of speed to put beside Trey Lance as Eli Mitchell. Freiermuth is my second tight end, makes me excited. It makes me a little bit more nervous as my first tight end, but if I can get him as like the last tight end taken in a redraft league, I'm excited about that for sure. Is there anybody I'm not thinking about Eagles stack wise here? Because I'm pretty much just looking down Brayton Hooper at this point. Who else is left? Let's see if there's any weird wide receivers that hit my fancy. No. Yeah, no. About RBs. Nah, nothing really gets me excited any way you slice it. So let's see what happens in these last couple of picks here. Thanks for watching. If you're watching now or later on, I've done a whole ton of drafts, and hopefully it's helpful to see me draft. I'm gonna go with the 3-player Brady stack right there, and really, like I said, stacking is way more important than best ball than it is in your home league. So be aware of that. Let's take a look at some of the other teams real quick. I don't mind that one at all. Feels like they came up a little bit short in wide receiver to start, but they got some good players for sure. Distinct lack of stacks with Justin Herbert I'm seeing. And who's their second quarterback? Davis Mills. That's kind of weak. I guess Tua and Davis Mills. That's not bad, especially where he got Tua. Let's take a look at Daniel. I love Jerry Jeudy. I don't like Rashad and Jerry Jeudy as my second guys there. Let's see. Yeah, that's it. We're calling it a day on the stream. Appreciate your time today. It was fun. I enjoyed drafting, and hopefully, if you watched this, you found this helpful. Appreciate the time. I'm going to scroll through the teams right here. I've got to go. One of my clients is here to finish up a dog appointment. But there's the other teams that were drafted today to kind of give it some perspective. You can kind of scroll through that if you need to. And